Howdy folks, welcome to episode number 22 of Let's Play Jade Empire. Black Whirlwind says hello as well, don't you, Black Whirlwind? So we have just arrived at the Temple of the Forest Shadow. Going to do a little bit of exploring first. What is this? Pedestal. Temple Crystal. Oh, that's the place we have to put the crystal. You placed the once missing... Oh, never mind. And I suppose we have to use that for the next stage of the quest. Switch. Let's take a look first. Alright, there is another switch over here. And this goes back to that fork in the road we saw earlier. Glad I didn't miss 4 silver. Oh, ghosts come back. Excuse me while I run over here and turn on this thing to help us out. Time to see how the Black Whirlwind does in a fight. Not sure how, what his support style is. I'll look that up in a moment. Come on. I forget, are these guys immune to chi? I don't think they are. No, they're not. Just keep at them. That did some damage. Let's go ahead and freeze them. Lots of chi back now. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Alright, that's enough playing with him. Not sure how often they respawn, or if you could like run around all day just gathering XP. Probably not, and even so I imagine it's not a very efficient way to do so. Alright, so, yep, we've explored pretty much the whole thing. There's no way out to the north, even though there is more forest up there for quite a while, and eventually the Imperial City. This is as far as you can explore in the game. So let's head back to the temple then, and meet the Guardian of the Spirit. Guardian of the Forest. AKA the Forest Shadow. Alright, there's 2 switches up here, red and green. This is the main one. Is this yellow and blue? No. So that's the confusing part. Oh, okay. Here's yellow and blue. Oh, I see. Those 2. Let's check out this area first. Oh, hey, focus shrine. The Dragon of Storms, being an argument on the origins of focus. Min Shi, the Dragon of Storms, was a master who lived hundreds of years before the formation of the Jade Empire. Legends of her exploits could fill a library, and while the veracity of such fables must be questioned, all the yarns agree that she formalized the teachings of the Storm Dragon style, and brought knowledge of true focus to the martial arts. Hey, we might be learning that style sometime soon. Debates still rage on the subject, but the evidence is there to support such claims. Take, for instance, that harmonic combinations initiated by Storm Dragon invariably allow the user to collect his thoughts and steal some of his opponent's focus essence. Such a synergy is hard to dismiss, and when I questioned Jian the Iron Fist, a master of some renown, he replied, "Only a fool denies legends. They always hold a grain of truth." Except I bet he said it in Thofan. Jian speaks wisely. Would it be so hard to accept that Storm Dragon was developed to make it easier for its adepts to achieve true focus in battle? This author thinks not. That's kind of cool that they reference a guy we actually met. If they did that all the time, I would mind it, but just once, I think it's kind of cool. Alright, so this is probably where the spirit appears, I would presume. Oh, actually, I remember a little bit about this now. Another scroll, Temple Records. These are the ones that Spear Catches Leaf mentioned. That sounds like a name from Elder Scrolls. What are those guys called? The lizard people. Oh, I really should know this. Argonians. Sounds like an Argonian name, doesn't it? A collection of logs, notes, and records maintained by the Yun family up until roughly 15 years ago. One entry catches your eye. I guess the current Lord Yun wasn't as interested in these records. My son seems utterly disinterested in the temple, and I worry that he pays no attention to the lessons I try to impart. The key, of course, remains in knowing that the seasons which most affect the forest are winter and summer, and the colors associated with these two seasons. If I am right and my lessons fly from his head as quickly as they can, then I fear for his safety, should he attempt the ritual incorrectly. These furnaces are an ancient magic, and ancient magics draw dark attentions. Another note, entered a bit later, reads, As I feared, my son pays little heed. Perhaps I will install something to remind him. Violet is not our family color, but I hope it can be a potent reminder. Not sure what around here is violet, but, oh, the banners, I see. Alright, that's cool. Red and blue, right? He could have just written there, turn on the red and blue switch, but that's still pretty cool. I wonder if that might be a cause of some of the forest's ails. Maybe because the current Lord Yun does not respect the forest. Something's happening. And there's a statue of Her Majesty. No spirit font that I can see. And I see a crystal up there, some cool dragon statues. Alright, this is the furthest away switch, so let's start with this one. Let there be light. Okay, and I'm betting this one over here is going to cast a light into the other pillar. What do you know? And then over here, if I turn on the red for summer, and the blue for winter, I think we are about to see our old friend once again. And by friend, I mean the giant fox creature that tackled us to the ground and turned us to stone. Very cool. So, while it did not summon the forest spirit herself, it did open a portal to her realm. You guys ready to go to heaven? Let's do it. I guess this is a stairway to heaven. There are many heavens in the universe. Each spirit of standing claims a piece of it as their own. Something like that is what it said. Nice music here. Circular rainbows, that's pretty cool. Definitely looks very spiritual. Reminds me a little bit of the Fade from Dragon Age. I guess this was the precursor in a way. And look, there's even silver here in heaven. Who says you can't take it with you? Hopefully you can take it back.
Do you realize how much trouble you've caused me? I'll be doing paperwork on that fight of yours well into next week.
This guy.
For so long it appeared you'd be one of the easy ones. Then that whole bandit attack happened and I haven't rested since.
And who are you?
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? I am Zin Bu, the magic abacus. I was assigned to record, tabulate, and itemize the destruction that you cause.
Fun job.
No easy task, I might add, especially since you embarked on this wild quest to find your master.
What? Why would you need to do all that?
Our calculations keep the universe in balance. Without us, chaos, anarchy, utter ruination. You, for instance, Black Whirlwind, you're a nightmare. A whole department can't keep up with your antics. But imagine if they failed to record his various deeds. We would never be able to determine his eventual position on the Great Wheel. You can't just guess at it. You must have records, itemized records in triplicate signed by the Overseer of Carnal Destruction and Disorder herself.
Hope we get to meet her at some point. We won't, but maybe in a future game. Well, that sounds like a very difficult job.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. You remember that little engagement with Gao the Lesser? 3,040 pages. I lost 3 assistants on that report alone.
I'm sorry if this has caused you trouble, but I do what I must.
Aha! The very reason I'm here, and not back at the Celestial Bureaucracy tabulating your most recent exploits. Apparently my skills are inadequate to keep up with you. I'm being relegated to a much lower role in trade and commerce. My only consolation is that I will no longer have to track your exploits. I'll be lucky if I ever attain the rank I had before you came along, but I have a plan that just might get me there. And you're going to help me. Instead of trying to find you a buyer or supplier wherever you go, I'm going to provide that service directly.
So this is the guy I mentioned before. That's your merchant on call. And it makes sense, too, because he's a spirit of some sort, so he can be with you wherever you are. I actually had forgotten that he appears this soon, though. So how does that help you?
Actually, I need you to buy from me, and occasionally sell any items you no longer need. By getting rid of the other suppliers and buyers, I can save time and be more efficient. Perhaps then I can regain some of the honor I lost through this demotion. In any case, I'll be joining with you, in a sense, to offer you items for sale and to purchase anything extra you acquire. It's a fair deal, I believe. You gain the envious ability to buy and sell at your whim, and I can prove my worth in my new role. Perhaps I will even do well enough to get promoted.
Alright, that sounds like a mutually beneficial arrangement. So how does this work exactly?
Simply call upon me as you would any of your followers, and I'll be there. In the meantime, I have much to do. I'm afraid my supplies are a little low at the moment, but fear not. I will acquire new items as quickly as I can. I should go and see what I can dig up for you. Don't worry, I'll be around. Just call on me if you need something. Good day.
Yeah, I believe his supplies get better as you either get higher levels or progress further in the game, which makes sense. He can't be selling the same junk to you in Chapter 2 as he does down the road. Alright, let's see. So there he is. Zinbu the Magic Abacus.
Ah, excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
For quite a hefty fee, you can learn Legendary Strike, one of the initial martial styles from the game. But, oh, that's nice. Again, I just feel really cautious about buying any gem that will become obsolete at some point. It'll get used for a while, but I'd rather use my money on more permanent things like styles and techniques. I'm really glad they do give you techniques, though, for silver, because otherwise, just with gems and the occasional style, it wouldn't really seem like enough. As it is, it's still a simple system, but it at least has some complexity to it, something to spend your hard-earned money on. I don't know if we earned too many of these since last time. We can sell that, I guess. And I'll sell these too. Alright, and now he has those. This is the one I was saying, obviously you can buy back from at any time. Alright, but that was a nice little distraction. In the meantime, we have work to do.
This is a part of heaven? Ha! I pictured more fountains of endless wine.
That might be a different part of heaven. Hopefully there are no traps up here. That'd be kind of weird. Yay. I do like the circular rainbows, though. They are complete circles. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. And who are they? A human here? You are not of the family. You should not be here. Fox spirits, I guess, and presumably servants of the forest spirit. Forest shadow. What do I keep saying? Forest spirit or forest shadow? Yeah, I'll get it right eventually. This is the one our mistress mentioned when last she returned. We will take you. The demons come again. Human, if you value your life, help us against these fiends. Toad demons. We've dealt with their kind before. So it seems there is war in heaven. And they are immune to ice magic? Yes, they are. Whoa, that was really easily. The forest shadow is not sure of you, human, but you have earned the right to pass safely to her. Beware of more demons. They grow more aggressive as our mistress weakens from the disease in the trees. That makes sense. If she's the embodiment of this forest in the spirit world, then as it grows weaker and more corrupt, or at least weaker, so does she. The mother, the demon they serve, is now strong enough to send her minions to attack us directly, breaching the sanctity of this place with her magic. Why are these demons attacking this place? This is the home of our mistress, the forest shadow. For lack of a better metaphor, she is at war with a foul demon known as the mother. These demons serve the mother, and as the forest shadow weakens, they grow more bold, even attacking this sacred place. They will attack you as well. My sisters will try to protect you, but we need your help as much as you need ours. You must reach my mistress quickly. Why did your mistress attack me? She spoke of your encounter. She regrets attacking you, and considers it a mistake. She said you would seek to confront her. Go to the upper islands and do so, but know that not all in the forest is as it seems. And what do you mean by that? I will say no more. Your answers wait with the forest shadow. That's probably referring to the guys at the inn, if you hadn't uncovered that yet. She killed a man. Was that a mistake too? Eyes do not always see the truth. What you saw as a man was something else. What is this place? This is the realm of the forest shadow, my mistress. It is her piece of heaven. She will tell you more. You must speak with her as quickly as you can. So why are these demons attacking this place? This is the home of our mistress. No, we already... Alright. I will go speak with the forest shadow. Climb the bridges between the islands. Our home lies above us on the highest of the islands. Go carefully. More demons are coming. I can smell it. The mother will not win this day, no matter how many demons she sends. Alright, this sounds fun. Get to fight some demons. I forgot about this. I mean, I remember this place being here, but I thought you kind of just went right to the forest shadow. And I suppose focus will be important. Horse demon. Oh great, I'm on fire. Lots of fire. Oh, I think I can't be too close to these guys, maybe? That could make this tough. And it's immune to ice magic? That's gonna make this really tough. Yeah, I could let those guys just kill him. Here, let's kill this guy. See, he was easy. I guess you can get kind of close, but not too close. Style gained, horse demon. Cool, now we can become one. Let me go ahead and bind that real quickly. Still have 12 style points. We're getting there though. So I did look it up, and from the guide I found on Game Banshee, which is a site I forgot even existed until recently, but it has great guides through all these old video games. According to that site, you get the amount of style points equal to the level you just hit. So when we hit level 10, we should get 10 more. We'll see about that. In the meantime, what was I about to do? Oh, the styles, right. So, 8 is unassigned. Let's assign that to Horse Demon. I probably should go back to that font. What's this? Horse Demons. Here we go. Words are only wasted describing these equine horrors, for their appearances are all too easily recalled from the nightmares of childhood. All the legends talk of these beasts' fiery manes and terrifying strength, but few sources delve beyond the lore to seek out the fact. It was a most fortunate happenstance that led this author into a roadside discussion with the venerable Li Shi-tun, a master warrior who had recently destroyed one of these beasts. His insight proved most valuable, for it was this master who first made clear the true effect of the horse demon's terrifying mane. Holding out blistered hands, the ancient warrior made his point most clearly. To strike a creature who controls elemental fires with such ease is to strike the flame itself. One must be prepared to hurt themselves with each attack. So that's what I seem to learn. I don't know if just martial styles trigger it, or if I could use a longsword and be okay, as long as I don't get attacked by them in return. We'll have to do some research on our own and figure out what is the source of their immolation damage. You know what, let's keep going for now. I think we'll be okay for one more fight. There might only be one more fight. That's probably the highest island up there. Very pretty. Uh-oh. Doesn't sound good. More toad demons. And a rhino demon. Those, I think... Oh, I'm poisoned. Great. And another horse demon. Maybe I should have healed up. Yeah, because I'm barely upgraded. I am on fire still. You know what I can do, though? Nope, demons are immune. Great. So I really should have healed then. I don't want to risk... I don't want to risk transforming, because that's not going to end well. Let's heal up just so I can get Black Whirlwind alive a little bit longer. Okay. Black Whirlwind is down, and I am poisoned and low on health. Are you going to help me, Spirit, or no? Because if I can't... Let me try it. Nope, they're immune. I think we're going to die. Why is she not helping me? Dodge, 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 dodge. Oh, okay. I seem to fight best when I'm really low on HP. Berserker style, I suppose. Okay, I see another fight up there. Not sure if I have to help or not. Sorry I'm running so slowly. But all these demons are completely immune to Chi Strike, Spirit Thief rather. So I have no other way to recover my health. And Dawnstar is not with me, unfortunately. It's nice using different companions for a change, but I think once you've cycled through them at least once, I will go back to Dawnstar, because, hey, I almost missed this. Good thing I backtracked then. Okay, is that because I had so low health I didn't die because of it? Maybe. It seemed to be a little... Maybe it's just a paralyzing one? I don't know. Pretty sure we read this. This was the... Was horse demons? Yeah. Alright, almost there. You know, actually I think this is the focus shrine, but we'll make a stop here as well. Could definitely use more focus. I love this music though. I think this track is called The Way of the Open Palm. And if I recall correctly, it's the first one on the album. I really love the music in this game. I actually bought the CD when I was first playing it. And I don't even think I had an iPod back then. I think it was just a CD player I used to listen to it on. Like, I knew every track, and some are better than others, obviously, but there are some in this game that are just really good. This is one of the good ones. The main theme is good, and there's 4 or 5 others that are just as good as anything in Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, and that's high praise. Alright, all healed up. When I did get my first iPod back in high school, I did obviously transfer it onto there. Now I use Spotify for all my music, though, or most of my music, so I looked it up on there one day at work to listen to it, and it's not on Spotify, which really sucks. I'll have to download it to my new phone and see if I can find... I don't even know what I did with the CD. Hopefully I have the music stored somewhere. But yeah, definitely, if you're into game soundtracks, this is a good one to invest in. Alright. And you know what? Just be extra cautious. Yeah, I know. Let's go ahead and save. Just in case we die up here. There might even be an autosave. Oh, an elephant demon I think is actually on her side. Whereas the rhino demon I'm pretty sure is new to the PC version. You have come, following the path I laid down for you. But now you have reached the fork and must make your own choices. I will try to help you in this. Yeah, the elephant is, I think they're the most powerful demon in the game. I'm trying to think if there's any better. But no, I think they're it. And one of them is her guardian, who I think you have to fight if you choose to side with the cannibals and kill her. I like her halo, too. That's really cool. Didn't notice that before.
You should ready yourself, mistress. I do not trust them.
Get your pet a peanut. I mean you no harm. You are too quick to turn away potential allies, Shining Tusk. We know our enemy. This one may yet prove to be a friend.
A friend who reeks of those beasts at the inn? Do what you wish, mistress, but I will be watching.
You have just met my guardian, Shining Tusk. He is slow to trust and quick to anger, but he will not harm you. Not without cause. I am the Forest Shadow. I will help you understand the significance of what happens in my forest, and then I shall be most intrigued to see which fork you choose to take. You mean the left fork or the right fork? I already made that decision, but this is a metaphorical fork, and I think I might choose differently this time, knowing what I now know. What fork are you talking about? You were attacked at the bridge by a mad fox spirit. The spirit tried to kill you, yet you fought her off. You survived because I had no intention of harming you. Was that her? I'm pretty sure that was her. I can't actually see her because half the elephant's blocking her view. But I'm pretty sure the fox that attacked me looked like her and not like the other spirits that serve her. Maybe she's just talking about herself as the mad fox spirit? I don't know. Think about what you have seen at the inn. Now remember what happened at the bridge. There was purpose in the attack. That man at the bridge was one of the cannibals. Were you trying to warn me? The attack on the bridge served two purposes. First, it made you unsure. Your mind was uncertain, and thus sharper. Your search for answers revealed the cannibals to you. Yeah, I guess maybe. She's trying to take credit for my being able to see through their disguise, but I guess she did have some role to play in that suspicion. Second, the attack made sure you would be standing here before me. Revenge, anger, confusion, compassion, whatever your motivation, you could not help but chase me down. How could you be certain that I would come? You know the water dragon is missing, and that your world fills with the spirits of the dead, but this forest has illustrated what that really means. The Mother's awakening and her spreading corruption is just the beginning, one of many that will happen all over your empire. You do not want to see the end. Yeah, I can imagine that. A world ruled by demons. You must restore the water dragon. Since you entered my forest, Spirit Monk, I have felt the essence of your mistress. The water dragon's touch is upon you, and it is recent. I have been having visions of a spirit in blue. Could that be her? A woman in blue. She would often appear in such a guise, yes. The form of a celestial dragon can be intimidating, especially... Uh-oh. Ah, is this her now?
Even here, so weak. The waters cannot bleed forever. Nothing is without end. Not even this world. Not when my power rests in the hands of mortals.
Are you the spirit of the water dragon?
Names are fleeting, given so your kind can point and say, that is mine. All words, names, history, dreams, they die on your lips.
Harsh.
What remains after that is beyond you, or is meant to be. Not everything can be owned, not without price. You will pay a debt earned by another. I lack the strength to help you. You cannot avoid your fate. When someone steps beyond their station, others must fall to fill the gap.
So I guess she's saying that she had to fall when the Emperor rose. Someone has challenged the gods? Challenged you?
He challenges the order. He pushes above while you are where you should be, where you must be. If you fail in your destiny, your true enemy falls with you. And if he falls, so do we all. You must win. But in doing so, you will lose.
Great.
It is a painful circle that must be allowed to close. You do not truly have a choice until you confront what comes after. You will be free to act, but there is a cost.
Wonder if they could see her. I guess not. She is still alive, but in great pain. I knew it. Dead gods grant no miracles, and no emperor can summon endless water. You are the one the water dragon has chosen to restore the balance, spirit monk. Your mistress calls on you. Now that I am sure of your role in things, it is all the more vital you choose which fork in the road you will take. Why me? Why doesn't she ask you for help? I could not see or hear her, human. Only you seemed close enough to pick up whispers from the air. All I could catch was a scent, but it was one I knew well. I know what you must do now. You need to make your way to the Imperial City, and I know Lord Yun holds a wind map you must have. He will only be satisfied if you cure the forest, as he understands it. And so the choice. Will you attempt to destroy me, and tell Yun that I was behind the corruption of this land? Or will you brave the more dangerous road, and face the mother? Yeah, so I think if you, whether or not you kill the Keeper and the first wave of cannibals, I guess you still have a choice to just kill her here and end the quest. Although, I'm not sure if she like teleports you to the beginning and you have to fight through all of her fox spirits and then fight the elephant in her, or if you just can fight them here. It'd be kind of cool if you just fought them here. But if you went to the cannibals and agreed to help them from the beginning, maybe you'd have to fight all the way through them. Not really sure how that works. But, of course, we will not be making that choice. Why don't you just destroy the mother yourself? Had I acted sooner, I would have been able to crush her easily, but she is insidious. Her corruption spread slowly, until it suddenly erupted like a fungal bloom.
That beast should never have woken up.
Now the forest is in a delicate balance. She is not yet strong enough to destroy me, but I find myself in the same situation. You could tip that balance. Couldn't you just tell Yun to give me the wind map? And leave my forest sickened and twisted? In you I have the chance to enlist the aid of one human, who might be able to tip the scales. Can't say I blame her there. I would rather die than give up this opportunity, which, I'm sure you're thinking, is exactly the issue at hand. You seem awfully calm about what could be your impending death. I guess they really expect the player to be mad, but I think a decent portion of players would actually be fairly understanding about what happened. I do not think you will win, human. I am not as strong as I was, but I am still more than your match. I also know that decisions made by you could have sweeping effects. If you are the type who would attempt to destroy me out of convenience, or just sheer malice, I have no choice but to stop you, here and now. Yeah, it's probably best, if you're an evil player character, it's best for the greater good and the greater order of things that she do stop you. Not that she could, because obviously to move forward with the game you have to live, but and win the fight. But I can definitely see her perspective. I have made my decision. I am all ears, human. The mother must be destroyed. How can I find her? There are caves beneath the Pilgrim's Rest. They are infested with cannibals, and the creatures work tirelessly to free their mistress. For all their diggings, they will not completely free her until I am destroyed, or until I release her, and that is exactly what I plan to do. You must go to the Pilgrim's Rest. I will release the seal on the door beneath the inn so that you may enter her lair. So I guess she has to be released so that I can actually confront her and put an end to her. And what will I face there? You have already seen the corruption firsthand. There will be many more of her children below, closer to her lair. And where is this entrance? Inside that place, at the back, you will find a lift descends to what was once a storage area. Once I release the seal on the mother's trap, many more caves will open. Her followers have been most prodigious in their work to free her. The hill is riddled with caves and tunnels that connect to the old mine workings at the hill's base. That's all I needed to know. Once the seal is broken, I will not be able to close it again. You must not fail. You will find a way to defeat the mother, and you will survive. You must. I will find you after she is dead. I want to ask you some more questions before I go. Neither of us has time to waste, but there is time to talk. Can I ask you some things about fox spirits? If you're thinking to learn our tricks, you will be disappointed. I'll happily tell you more of my kind if you wish, though. Yeah, this is really kind of sad in a way, and I apologize for this, that this conversation would be so much better if you could actually see the spirit we're talking to. So, I wish there was a way to back out of it and, like, reinitiate the conversation again, but I'm afraid if I do, I won't have another chance. I keep hearing about the fox's tricks. Can you give me an example? Suppose you were a young noble who has just inherited a fortune. One of my kind might approach you as a wizened sage and ask for aid in studying an ancient artifact. Your response would determine their reaction. Suppose I gave the sage some funds and demanded results. What then? Then you would be rewarded in some small way. Perhaps the artifact would be genuine, or the fox would offer you some information she had learned from the artifact. Your response was proper, as you balanced your wealth with the sage's need, but did not do so foolishly. Good, that's what I was thinking. The fox has a nose for people's character, and we judge by their intentions as much as their actions. Are most of your kind tied to nature in some way? No. Unlike many of my younger sisters, I am anchored to this place, more free to act upon your world than most spirits because of my connection to the trees. So that's kind of cool. Because she's linked to this forest, she has more power here, but also more limitations. The mother is the dark balance to my lighter influence. You will find that most anchors are like that. The heavens maintain balance in all things. Wait a minute, didn't another certain spirit say that Wildflower was his anchor? Aha! See, great minds think alike. Wildflower is an anchor for the Guardian. Does she have a dark counterpart too? Or does he have a dark counterpart too? As I said, it is often the way. I should say no more on the subject. Perhaps you should ask your companion, if you truly must know. So are fox spirits good or evil? There she is. It likely depends on what a fox has done to you. How easy to paint the persecutor as evil, and the benefactor as good. So long as we stay in our place, we foxes are merely servants of heaven. We fill a role few would envy. And what about those who don't stay in their place? Every class of spirit or demon is ordered by the celestial bureaucracy. We have our roles and powers, but we also have desires and personalities. Some rebel against the will of heaven itself and follow their own hearts. Not all of those who do so are evil as you define it, but they are certainly defiant. So that's interesting. So I guess, I'm not sure how the order works. I guess it's demons and then spirits and then the gods. That's what it seems like, at any rate. Let's change the subject. Tell me the history of your struggle with the mother. A most ancient tale, and one long forgotten by your kind. The mother tried to corrupt this forest once before and failed, leaving herself weakened. And how did you become involved? As you may know, when a spirit is anchored to a place or person, there is often a balance. The highest powers of heaven enjoy nothing more than the struggle that ensues. The mother is my counterpart. As a fox, I test the spirit of humanity, and what I would test, the mother corrupts. How did the mother first try to corrupt the forest? It was much the same as now. Dark promises of power were whispered in the minds of impressionable men, who eventually became her cannibal servitors. As her power grew and more of your kind fell under her sway, the forest twisted and blackened. I fought her by destroying her followers and closing the paths into the forest. It was not enough. As the trees twisted, I grew weaker, and I realized I could not win the day. The forest could not be saved. And how did you eventually trap her? The only way to regain control of the forest was to lose control. I had been fighting the mother's magic with my own, but I realized almost too late that I could not defeat her that way. Instead, words became my weapon. Many kingdoms claim portions of this forest for their own, and I visited each under the guise of a mysterious crone. To each king I spoke of the plans of the others to destroy the blighted forest with fire. That fire, said I, would spread to any kingdom that was not prepared. And were any of the kings actually planning such a thing? No. None of the kings ever intended to destroy the forest, thinking that somehow the disease would pass and the resources could be salvaged. Hearing that their peers were prepared to unleash a firestorm upon them, however, made each king prepare a similar retaliation. It was only a matter of days before each king enacted what they thought was a preemptive strike. With fire breaks dug and their kingdom safe, fire broke out on every border of the woods. And what happened to the forest? With nowhere to turn but inward, the fire soon began to burn to the heart of the forest. The mother, who had invested so much of her strength in the trees, was crippled. Interesting, so she kind of crippled the source of both their power in order to defeat the mother. I like, too, that that was her best way to get the kingdoms of men to protect themselves, was to convince each of them, under the guise that they were about to be destroyed. So they each dug protections against fire, and then lit the forest ablaze. That is very clever. I too was diminished, but like the easily fooled kings, I was prepared for the flames. Weakened, the mother fell into a torpor, and I worked tirelessly to help the forest regrow. It was a victory through sacrifice, but the forest regrew stronger than even before. I think I asked those already. Tell me more about Shining Tusk. Shining Tusk has been with me for centuries. He is my guardian and my friend. Why is he so surly?
Humans expect all Celestials to be like their flighty foxes, it seems.
Elephant demons are not noted for their humor. Shining Tusk is one of the most light-hearted of his kind. Be glad you did not meet him several centuries ago.
Woe betide anyone who called me surly back then. The Forest Shadow's brethren have worn away some of my stern nature.
How is it that you have a guardian? The politics and structures of the celestial bureaucracy are staggeringly complex, so I won't waste time trying to explain the intricacies. When I became the guardian of the Great Southern Forest, my responsibilities were such that it was deemed I needed his services. And apparently it paid off.
It was an honor to become her guardian. She is not like any other fox spirit.
I'm glad things worked out. What else are they going to say? It's easy to forget in the middle of a conversation. You think of something and then they keep talking, and then because you're paying attention to what they're saying, you lose focus. Something about elephant demons, maybe. Alright, must not have been too important. Well, that's enough questions. I should go deal with the inn. Of course. Shall I send you to the portal back to my temple, or would you prefer to walk among these islands a bit longer? I will walk. Breathe deeply. You will find yourself in other places where the air is less pure soon enough. Alright, so I definitely want to walk around here. I see a book stand. I see another thing over there. More demons perhaps to fight. So we'll get to that all in due time. But this has been a longer episode, so let's end it here. When we come back, I think I should have time for one more tonight, so stay tuned for that.